Hey, get away. My name is Alex. I'm Ukrainian. I'm a crew member that works on board. Right now I'm on a vacation, so I'm traveling. Currently, I'm visiting beautiful country of Romania and its capital, Bucharest. In this on-the-go vlog, I'm going to be showing what I see around without no specific scenario. So how can you apply this knowledge to yourself, or how this video can be useful for you? Basically, I'm just going to be walking around, showing you how the life of Romanian capital looks like at the end of October 2025. Maybe it will add up to your experience or to your research because you are planning your vacation here or your trip here. So again, maybe it's gonna add up to the research that you are doing right now. But again, don't put a lot of pressure on me. This is not the ultimate guide. This is just my impression of this city, the people, and the places. So let's go with me.
Welcome to my channel if you're watching this video separately. However, this is already part number 4 of my Euro tour, or the second video from beautiful Romania.
Good morning. It's a new day here in Bucharest, and I woke up and I got my stuff and I checked out the hostel. A couple of words about hostel. Well, at first I was very disappointed, but then, you know, some people made a difference, so now I'm okay. But today is another day, half a day for me to explore here, so I'm gonna go and have a breakfast.
I have expressed my disappointment about the hostel in the previous video.
It's basically, I don't have half day, I just realized, because at 5 p.m. I'm gonna need to take an hour flight to Budapest. I need at least an hour to get to the airport, so I should be there, I would say, by 3. So I have around 4 hours in the city. Thank you for the weather, by the way, Bucharest. Now it's 14 Celsius, it's gonna be 20 in the afternoon, but it was sunny and pleasant, so thank you. That place I was recommended to visit by one of the guys from the hostel, one of the receptionists. Looks like they have a lot of pastries there. Not just a pastry, they're Romanian traditional pastry. After my breakfast, I'm gonna go and continue enjoying the downtown because I haven't explored it all yet. It's only the second day for me here, and I have to leave, but I'll be back. And I think I might go on a tour. That's what I'm thinking right now. I might go on a tour to Brașov and also those castles, you know, the famous castle, like a Dracula castle, which is not actually Dracula, it's more of a commercial stuff, but still would be nice to see, you know. It looks beautiful. Anyway, so you better stay tuned for those adventures right there. I was thinking also to say a couple of words about people of Romania. You know what I like about you guys? Because you are very direct. Like reminding me my people back home as well. So you're very straightforward, very direct. I love it. No time for bullshitting. And also like the episode from the... Oh wow, let me show you what I see here. Look a little bit abandoned, but with a great potential. And also like in the episode from Spain, you guys look good. Okay, don't look at the abandoned part, look at that part upstairs. Opa! Here, sometimes you can see something like this. I think places like so are hidden gems of the city. Look, they adding so much to your overall experience. I love it. By the way, yesterday I find out, I don't know if I mentioned this, that Bucharest used to call Little Paris because of influence, and a lot of architects were having inspiration from Paris in 18th, 17th century or 19th century. Also look at this, next to Van Gogh Cafe is a Rembrandt place. Then pastéis di nata, Costa coffee. All attributes of a big city. Pigeons, homeless people, some vendors, tourists. By the way, this part looks so different in the night, yeah? We're here in downtown. It's not a big downtown, so you're probably gonna pass this place, but I kind of recommend you to make sure that you pass through that street right there, that street, or anywhere here. By the way, I also noticed that the service and the local cafes are very good overall, in general, I can tell. So if you're looking for, I wouldn't say economic, but much democratic prices than you would have encountered somewhere on the west, then come to Romania. You're gonna get nice service and also very nice prices. Again, comparing to what you're gonna get or what you're gonna be charged in US. And also the tips is optional.
Fluffy animal is always liking my videos. Hi kitty.
And when I'm vlogging, I'm looking like this. And as you see, I'm using only my iPhone. And you see that's the first time second day, or the 2 nights I spent here, and the first time I'm passing by here. Here you go. So even though the downtown is not that big, but there's always something to discover, and it looks different in different time of the day. Looking there, you know, the rooftops like that, I already know how I'm gonna call this episode. Bucharest, Little Paris. Yeah, as you see by the views on my channel, I'm kind of struggling with the packaging of those videos. They're not getting very much of the popularity, but I'll take it. You know, there's always room to improve. Anyway, if a couple of dudes gonna watch this, I'm gonna be happy. By the way, you always can reach out to me on different questions like working on a cruise ships, how to get a residency, especially in Latin America. I know a lot about this because I actually got the residency of Paraguay, and there's a video about that, so you always can reach out to me. For some nominal fee, I'm more than happy to spend some time with you and answer some questions about everything about the cruise ships, how to get job and stuff, even how to travel and stuff. A lot of things going on here. I found another beautiful place that I want to show. I decided that in my videos I'm going to be talking about some interesting stuff. Interesting as I think, sometimes philosophical, let's put it this way. So I was walking around and I was thinking about love, unconditional love, and like how it's important for everyone to be in love with themselves, you know, like honestly, literally accept yourself and also be loved by the others, and also to love, how it's important. Probably all these conflicts and wars in the world are happening because people are not receiving or not giving enough of love to one another. Think about it. How, for example, we can tell, let's say, somebody who loves the same gender that their love, it's not true, not honest, not real, and they need to express their love in a way that how we see that, you know? It's such a weird concept. That's why it creates a lot of conflicts and a lot of misunderstanding and stuff. Just we need to let one another to love and be loved in a way we wanted it. Then you will see much more happy people and smiles on the streets. Look at this architecture and that architecture. so I made my way to the parliament and approach it from different sides so I can take better footage. Because yesterday I came from there and I want to go to the left. Yeah, all this space, all the way how the space organized reminds me the communist style. You can find it all over USSR, former USSR. You're gonna find it in China, in North Korea, and in all the other countries where they have unfortunately still running the regime, or they've been in the communism before. Probably Balkans as well. Anyway, yesterday I learned that they needed to demolish the whole block right here to build this. And now they have it. It's like in Warsaw, you know, they have that something that they have mixed feelings about it. It's kind of big, iconic, but at the same time, it's like a pain in the butt. The same here, remaining of the communism, but it's so big, so huge. I don't think they're gonna demolish it soon. I don't want to say it's ugly, but it's definitely not the best organizing of a space. Especially, again, considering the fact how much they pay for all this, how much the regular Romanians pay for all this. So I'm just looking at it and I'm like, so apparently there's like a balcony where Ceausescu and whatever needs to be standing, and they organize all this area to be empty for the people to get together and listen to him. Wow, what a ambitious and crazy plan, right? To have your own quarters, balcony, parliament, whatever, and then you talk. And then everybody should be standing here listening to you. This is still going on in many countries in the world. Yeah, this is something that does not correlate or corresponds with the subject that I was talking a few minutes ago. Love and stuff, right? There's no love, just authority, subordination and stuff. Yeah, all this architecture, the thing is now the tendencies are more of a minimalism and stuff, because all this you need to, you know, maintain all this, you need to spend a lot of money. So right now architecture lenient towards something that more sufficient, more ecologically, more environment friendly. All this just needs tons of money to maintain. Again, look at this huge boulevard, the distances, the fence. Also, I learned that they have this velo stations, or the bicycle stations right here. Velociped, that's how we call it back home, I guess. They call it velo here as well. Anyway. And I saw online that it should be even foreigners friendly, because you know in many countries you need to have a special either residency or whatever document, so it's not that easy. I saw online that it is possible. I didn't have time to explore it, but the next time, if I'm not gonna go to Brasov, probably I'm gonna take a bicycle and explore beautiful Bucharest on a bicycle. So this is government buildings and all that. I'm not sure if you can go and visit. Let's see, the people are crossing the road and there was like a little fence right there. But to be honest, I don't even have big desire to visit that. I don't know, you probably Romanians have mixed feelings about that, but I'm not sure. For me, this is at least from the aesthetic point of view, from the architectural point of view. And then here, there's an extension. It says there, Academia. It might be like academy, whatever, university, but all this, look, these buildings are still part of all this complex. So just imagine the amount of resources needed to put together all this. They were saying that they were even needed to, there was like 12 churches that they moved from this block. 12 churches, they literally moved them and placed them in different places because they need to have a room for this. Yeah, look at this huge boulevards, the big distances, the space organized in a way that nobody was thinking. I don't want to say not very smart, but nobody was thinking about the regular people, you know. It was organized to impress probably the leaders from the other countries with all this glory that Romanian communism regime signed themselves up to. Yeah. Like, that's what I'm talking about. You see, like, people being people, they start putting the air conditioning, plastic windows at the balconies, because people being people, and as architect you need to think about all those nuances. But anyway, I think when they were planning all this and building all this, nobody was thinking about the way how it's going to be used and exploited. It is autumn. It's so nice, but it's very warm as for October. Well, the ending of October. Today is 23rd of October. I don't know when you're watching this, and I don't know when I'm going to be putting together all this, because so far, I don't know, as a content creator, I have so much of a stuff on my phone that there's going to be taking a month to sort everything out, and then another few months to put together some content out of it. But I'm trying. If you're here exclusively for the purposes of Bucharest, check other videos on this channel about cruising and traveling on a cruise ship, because that's my job. Look, this is for the Starbucks. 5 to go, more coffee, less bucks. Starbucks. So we promote this beautiful place. There you go. Where it's more coffee, less bucks. Sitting here in this area, I mean this coffee shop, which is more coffee, less bucks, and it's actually much more affordable than the Starbucks. I'm talking about the bucks. Look, if you want to know, that's the exchange rate. All right, so let's try. I went for flat white. Nice. And it's like 10 lei, which is looking at €2. Gorgeous. So leaving behind those parts of Istanbul, little Istanbul here, Bosporus, big respect for the trams. So leaving behind those buildings, and now I'm into real Bucharest. And me, I'm gonna be moving towards the center. Well, it's all center, but towards the downtown to catch the bus, because I'm traveling light, you know. And I came here with a taxi, by the way. I think taxi in the middle of the night was 17, 18 euros, something like that. But now I'm gonna catch the bus. That's the idea, to catch the bus to the airport. Should be 1 hour ride. So my journey will continue with a visit of Budapest, just for the night, because I need to pick up some documents, but I think I already elaborate on this before. And then I'll be back here tomorrow for more adventures. That's what makes the Eastern Europe. You see, you have something like a little hole. That's when I know that's how I know that I'm in Eastern Europe. Then somebody's parked on the pavement or the sidewalk. And yeah, and all this are the traces of communism. Believe me, I know it, because I feel it myself in my people. So Dacia is the car brand that produces here in Romania. And the churches here looking different. As you see, they are Orthodox style. Most of them, they look like this. That's how majority of the churches back home in Ukraine looks like. So that's another thing why I feel here. So not that I'm into church, I'm far away from there. Religion is one of those things for me, you know. that makes you very close-minded, let's put it this way. And if you start exploring the world, exploring yourself, you understand that there was a purpose for religion, I understand, you know, in the past. It helped some people, some nations to go through some challenges, but right now, nowadays, this is atavism, if that's the English word. If you know what I'm talking about. Modern and old. Yeah, just Romania, a little bit rough on the edges, but still love it. Yeah, you see this like Hungarian style. Yeah, this is the streets, the real streets of a real Romania. But again, look, don't judge about the whole country only by its capital. Of course, it represents a lot. Nice ceiling. It represents a lot, but it doesn't represent the whole country. Romania as a country of more than 20 million people can offer much, much more than only this. And I also can see a lot of passion in people, a lot of potential. And as I said before, I like the fact that they're very direct, very straightforward. Like you see something was done, but still in a progress. This is like very Eastern European. To do something, then leave it halfway, then maybe get back to it or not. But then again, this is the real life, you know. Everything cannot be perfect and how you plan. Wow, a lot of things going on here, like some refurbishment, also some lanes. I think this is not the best place to pick up the bus. See that there's a huge line of people and the police presence there. I'm not sure what's going on, but that should be the spot for me to take the bus. But I'm not gonna even bother. Yeah, apparently this refurbishment creates some inconvenience for everybody. A lot of things going on here, but this is all for good, right? You know what? Plan changed. I will take the metro and the train. I saw there was a train going on there, so Google offered me the other option. I'm gonna go for it. So I'm gonna need to take the bus and then the train. Yeah, a lot of development going on here. It says Tütüngeri, and I know what it is without even looking at the pictures. It's tobacco. We call it tütün in Ukraine. I believe it's the word that comes from Turkish. So I'm at the bus stop, not far away from my hostel. My hostel just right there in 100 meters. And I'm waiting for 123 bus to take me to the Garage North, I believe. From there I can take the train. Okay, I can see the bus. I hope I can pay via the card. So I just got off the bus, which charged me $0.69. And I'm gonna cross the road. There's a train station. Listening to locals, I also can recognize some words. I just recognize one bad one, which actually refers to under the belt, let's put it this way. But I recognize that one. We have the same one. I actually would say that I'm in general recognize like 20 to 30% of the words. All right, now let's try to figure out where do I go. So I went to a different ticket station. Apparently I need to go to the McDonald's. All right, so I can see McDonald's right there. I love huge perspectives like this, because in the life there should be a perspective, right? Okay, I can see the McDonald's. So there's the entrance. There is the kiosks. You can do it like self-service easily. There is an English here. and this is the airport. Or you can go to the kiosks and talk to the people. So I used the kiosk and I bought a ticket which cost 6 lei, or 6 lei, that's how they call it, and it's $1.50 probably, or approximately like that. And I'm just gonna wait for my train for 20 minutes, and the actual ride's supposed to be 19 minutes. So I think it's very sufficient and easy way of traveling. I hope everything gonna be successful for me, and I'm gonna be arriving 1 hour 30 minutes prior to my departure. And I already checked in online, and I'm traveling light with only backpack, so that should be the solution. So for you to know, there are so many options to get to the airport, but there's 2 airports here in Bucharest, and I'm gonna be arriving to the other one on the way back. So I'm flying right now to Budapest, and then tomorrow I'm gonna be flying back, but to another airport which is a little bit closer to the city center. So stay tuned, I'm gonna show you how, or give you some tips on that as well. Anyway, everything is pretty understanded here. Look, there's information you can ask there. I actually went to the other side first, and the ladies there didn't speak English, but I said bileti, which is like basically means ticket to airport, aeroporto or something like that. And she showed me like that, McDonald's. That means basically the tickets next to McDonald's. So next to McDonald's there's a ticket station, just right there.
And then while waiting, just monitor the correct platform. And then I saw the sticker. I believe that one was for Ukrainians who were fleeing the war, the invasion. By the way, you always can support my compatriots. You're gonna find a link down below. And thank you in advance. This comfortable ride was not that long.
It was 23 minutes ride.
Here I want to show you that was exactly the spot where I pick up my Uber when I just arrived, exactly in this spot right here.
So quick overall, it took 22 minutes in the train to get here. Now I remember that the train was running in even when I arrived here in the middle of the night, so that's good. Just an option, but you're gonna arrive not to the midtown, it's the north station and the Bucharest, but still within the city, so you can plan accordingly. So that's in the middle of the train station. That's where you're gonna arrive. Just gonna walk this way. The Uber drop or stop was here, or pickup point. Here you got taxis when you arrive. Again, you either can go this way to the train or this way to the train. Everything it says tren. By the way, inside I saw some people were paying. Once I was in a train, there was one guy without a ticket, so he paid on the spot. There also was a couple of guys with the tickets that was purchased online. So, and here, once you arrive, it says here Tren, and I'm gonna go and look for the departures. All right, basically it's the same hallway, just a little bit further. So there was a little detour on departures, but now I arrived at the right place. It's a bigger hallway than the arrivals.
Inside by the gates found Type-C charger, which actually was working.
So since I arrived already to the airport, it means that's the ending of my Bucharest story. However, it's gonna be continued after I'm gonna fly to Budapest. So stay tuned for that. Thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one.
Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel, because you're going to be witnessing Hungarian episode and then back to Romania, Brașov, and Dracula's Castle episode. And thank you in advance.